Welcome back to another video. I believe it's week 22 or 23. Had another pretty decent week, to be fair. See the account balance is getting closer to the 3,000, which is good. Took 4 trades this week, 2 wins, 1 break even, 1 loss, so I'm just going to go over that today. Unfortunately, I missed Monday because I was in the lab, so I couldn't get to the charts, but tomorrow I don't have labs, so I'll be able to get to the charts on Monday as well. But yeah, took some pretty good trades this week. There was one on Friday which is a bit iffy, but I'll get to that. Let's just jump right in and get to the first trade I took. 16th, I think it was. That's the Monday, so the 17th. Yeah, okay, yeah, this was my loss, so pretty much. Okay, let's do this properly. So we dropped down, had this 5-minute gap formed here. After we swept out these highs at 9. I was initially bullish on the day, but we started rejecting heavily and had a 5-minute inversion here. The thing about this was there was a 15-minute gap that did form here, but it was unformed when I entered, and there was still enough time that I thought we can displace lower and get filled. Not get filled, sorry, hit my TP, but there was a 2-minute inversion here. I actually ended up taking up the 30-second. I didn't see the 2-minute inversion, don't know why. But we'll just look at it from that perspective. So yeah, sort of entered around here. I actually extended my stop, protected stop loss, just in case we did run up into that 15-minute gap. But we ripped through it anyway, so I was going to lose anyway. But yeah, I was going to go break even at this external low here, which I think was actually my downfall today, on that day, and there could have been a break even day, but I should have went break even soon, and I'll show you where. Especially when we formed that swing low. That's something I've seen quite a few times, where that retracement low here, form the swing low, failure swing here. I should have went break even here, or at least when prices started to reverse. Yeah, so I could have, but I learned a lot that day, and it was actually something I used on Friday to stop a loss. So it was nice to see how necessary the losses and lessons are, and that I just applied in the same week, and I was able to use it in the same week, which is cool. But yeah, jumping on to the next trade. So I was on the 18th. Yeah, here we go. So I didn't want to take this because, I mean, really nice run up to that daily gap. That's where my draw was. But yeah, we have this inversion, nice displacement, but you know, just crap PA, and it wasn't delivering off anything, so I wasn't going to take that. But yeah, we had this 15-minute gap formed down here, and we had equal highs up here. This is on MNQ, so they're not on here, but they're on NQ. We had equal highs up here, which is a really strong draw. And we just dropped into the 15-minute gap. And this inversion, it was a bit high up, so I wasn't going to take the close here because I would have got break even, or yeah, just not enough RR. But I actually ended up taking the displacement here. Probably should have waited a bit longer, to be honest. I was a bit naughty with that, but you know, it was the equal highs and or stronger equal highs or a 1 minute gap. So I just knew it was going to run there, and I extended my stop lower because just in case we re-swept and then ran, but it ended up banging. And when we inverted this gap, I just rolled my stop to break even, so protected my position. But I put a bit more contracts on that trade because of the equal highs. So yeah, made back that loss from the day before and some. But yeah, jumping into the next day. Yeah, this was a nice trade. Basically, we were chopping around down here. Kind of chopping around down here. I was initially short, I think. Can't remember what to, but anyway, we started running higher. We filled in the hourly gap, but this was right before the 4 hour gap unfilled formed. So, right, this candle here, 10 AM, this was now a 4 hour unfilled. This was a 5 minute gap down here. We were delivering off of really nice displacement. Entered before the close of this candle because I just knew I was just confident. So I entered like something like that. Yeah, I won't break even at this high or the lower of the gap, and yeah, just held. But this was a really good day for me because something that's been plaguing my trading has been that I've struggled with holding to 40p because I'm probably scared I'm going to lose the profits, the open profits. But I did a really good job today of holding to TP. So I'm really proud of myself for that, because I just recognised what I was feeling, because I felt the impulse to just take it off. I recognised that, I had the awareness, and I was able to sit with it and feel uncomfortable, and then price banged, and then that's just how, you know, I keep doing that over and over again. It's not going to be a problem anymore. But yeah, that was really good. Yeah, so that was it for Thursday. Now Friday, bit of an iffy day Friday. So yeah, we ended up displacing higher. I was pretty bullish on the day. Had a nice resweep there, manipulation. I was initially trying to target this high inside of a 50-minute gap, but you know, we got no entry, prices boom ran higher. But we actually had a 5-minute gap. I'm not going to highlight it on the high time frame, but we basically had a 5-minute gap down here, which we just edged. Ran higher all session, not much mitigation. We had a 3-minute inversion, and then we delivered off of a 1-minute gap in here. So we retraced, respected this 1-minute gap. Had a 5-minute unfilled, so it just seemed pretty obvious. But I dropped down to the 30-second to look for an inversion, but there wasn't one. And so I guess kind of in like a bit of a desperate way to enter, just thinking about that now. I dropped down to the 15-second for the first time, and I pretty much I saw this gap here, I saw us displace through, didn't end up closing. I saw us displace through this gap, and I pretty much just entered on the displacement. And I keep my stop just above this high. Just hold for a 1-to-1 into that 5-minute gap. I mean, it definitely made sense, the setup, but the execution, this entry was a bit iffy. But yeah, I think now it's going to be one of my rules that like 30-second is the lowest time frame I can go, because yeah, I just don't think it's good to be trained on the 15-second. But yeah, price literally just went to crap, like just chop. And fortunately, because of the loss I had early in the week and the lesson I learned, I went break even before this low. I literally went break even like when we took this internal low out. So it's like, I don't like this price, I'm just going to quick break even. got break-evened. Was able to cover the commissions, so that's good. And then boom, price just ran higher to a London high. So quite fortunate, and it was nice to see that lesson in full effect on Friday. But something I would like to take in the future was actually a setup like this. So this is a nice setup. We pretty much just edged that 5-minute gap there. Swept out these lows. I believe this was a news candle, and then we kind of this displacement here, this confirmation candle. I'll stop there or something. Just straight to London high, just taking the displacement and the confirmation after sweeping that low and failing to reach that fair value gap. Also inverted these gaps here. But yeah, that was a nice trade. There's something I want to try and take a bit more as well. And with that 15-second inversion, even though I didn't have a 30-second inversion, I could have just waited for a nice candle confirmation. Like if we closed here, if this candle closed nicely, I could have taken that. So it doesn't always need to be a gap there, but you know, it's just a discretion. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I took this week. Been a decent week. Learned a lot, which is good. Happy about that. Going into next week, yeah, ended up inverting this gap, so right off the bat, we're pretty bullish. Got all these previous day highs up here, all these two. Yeah, these are kind of like relatively equal, kind of stacked. Yeah, so I think might see a drop in here. Don't really want to see that. Don't know why. I just wouldn't want to see that. Would like to see that treated as sort of a breakaway gap. Obviously had this massive rejection candle here. Yeah, just sort of run up, maybe form an hourly gap, and then just run up into there. Hopefully you see that on Monday. But yeah, that's pretty much all I took this week. My thoughts on next week seems pretty obvious right now. You know, swept out all this sell side as well. Close to that daily gap, that's pretty bullish. But I'm enjoying making the videos. I'm getting a few more views now, which is good. I'm just gonna keep hammering it till, you know, I'm getting all the views. But it's just about banging your head against the wall till you finally get through, isn't it? Just like trading. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, to be honest. It's like a little personal diary as well. Obviously I'm not teaching anything, just kind of documenting my journey, but I'm enjoying it. So, but yeah, that's going to be it for this week. Until next time.